Hey, welcome back to another episode for Life for Living Well. My name is Richard. Before I dive in for the topic that I have for us this week, I do like to say if you like to know what this community does, you can find it out on our community website at www.lifeforlivingwell.com. And if you like to sign up for our weekly newsletter, you can just put your email into sign me up, and then you'll be able to receive our weekly article once we publish it on the platform. And if you do like to contribute one or two things through this community, you are free to do so through the website at www.lifeforlivingwell.com. And before I also start the message for this week, I do like to say that we also have books and material that can help you if you are looking for different area you want to improve your life. Please check this website, and there's a page where members have written some summary about a particular books that have helping them in their own journey. Maybe it could be very helpful and useful for you as well. So you will find it there. So let's dive in to our topic this week without taking much of your time. The topic for this week is what I call understanding your money mindset, how to manage money better. So this is just a continuation from the last week. Last week we're looking into different types of four mindset that someone can go through before they get to a stage where they begin to be more confident, comfortable with their understanding of their money. And firstly, let me put a disclaimer out there. I am not a financial expert, and so if you see me talking about finances, money, it just covers the values of Life for Living Well. Life for Living Well is all about personal growth and development, and if you find the tools that is useful, we wanted to utilize it and share it with others. And also because it's a personal experience and it's practicable and others have used it and testified that it worked for them, so comfortable to share it. But if you need a deeper financial advice, I suggest to seek a professional registered financial expert that can guide you in area that you feel like you're struggling with, whether you are in debt, whether you want to start saving or investing money. But if you listen to this podcast, it's just a signpost that will direct you to the right channel. So I suggest that whatever you hear, please take it as your own understanding of it and seek more professional information around this thing to saturate and get the information that is very helpful for you. So as we normally do, we take one or two individual quotation and we build around it. This week I will be taking from Benjamin Franklin, and this is how he put managing money better. So he put it this way: be aware of little expenses. A small leak will sink a great ship. So if you don't pay attention to a small leak, you'll be surprised that a big ship can even sink because of that. Because the more water that comes in, the more you get the ship slow down until the ship going to the bottom of the sea. So let's think, what does that mean? Imagine that you do your shopping list at home and you plan to spend 60 or 50 pounds or 100 pounds in the shops. And when you get in the shop, you started saying things that you are not budget for, or it's not in your list, and you started picking it. And by the time you about to pay, it's over the value that you have to pay that you pick now is more than what you budget for. So you have to pay extra. Let's say you pay extra £20. If you have to do these kind of things 2 or 3 times in a week, so in 1 week you are £60 overshoot budget. And if you have to do the same thing for a month, maybe it's going to spend around £220 in a month. So just imagine if you don't do that and you have those £220, you might as well put it into your emergency savings account if you don't have one yet. Or if you already built your emergency savings account, you might as well working toward starting investing that into your investment portfolio. So this is what Benjamin Franklin is alluding to, that we tend to ignore small expenses. So because we are unconscious about it, we're actually losing money, and it's making it difficult to achieve your financial goals. So imagine your financial goal is a great shape, but not taking care of a small details, more expenses, can actually derail you in achieving your goals. So further down to the message that I have for us today. Later in life, when I finally took control of my own finances, I began to notice something surprising. I meet more people, I engage in conversation with them, and what I've noticed is that regardless of age or education, many of these people still lack a real understanding of money management. On the surface, things may appear fine, but a deeper look into their financial records reveal otherwise. So let me explain what I mean by this. Think of credit card, savings, and fear of spending. Some people were raised to believe credit cards are inherently bad, so they avoid them entirely. Is it bad? Is it good? So if there's a tendency to get a easy money, free money, without thinking how much you pay back in interest and how often you pay that money back before you get charged for it. It takes a lot of discipline. But using your manpower like that, I feel is a waste of your time. And there is no way you'll be able to build this thing consistently, because things will come that will be too overwhelmed for you. So let's say your credit card that started from £200, before you know it, in number of years, it will be increased to £8,000. Depend £10,000, £5,000, depends how you use it. And the bigger the capital, the better for the bank, because the bank that charge you 29%. And if you already spent £5,000, so just imagine 29% of £5,000 to the bank is a lot of money. So you have no time to start saving or investing for yourself. So what about saving? Yet they lock their savings away without any clear purpose or goals. I once met someone many years ago, and she told me that dad and mom said that I should save. She doesn't have a credit card. She just saved her money at the age of 16. By the time I met her, she was 35. So I asked, why are you saving? And she said, I've been saving at the age of 18. she really don't have a clear goal what you actually saving. Are you saving to buy a house? Are you saving to raise emergency? Are you saving to travel? Are you saving, or are you just saving your money? And saving your money alone is not going to be enough, especially that the bank pay you low rates on your savings. And the bank now loan this money out to some people as a credit card or mortgage, and they get higher interest back in return, and they give you a drop in the ocean. So why saving is crucial, it can also be limiting if it stops you from growing wealth or enjoying life. Fear of spending can become a form of financial paralysis. I also met someone that they specifically set a number of years to save money, so they want to buy the car cash. So they've now managed to save the money up to 26,000 euros, and they find a car that they want to buy, and it was really nice car, and it was coming for 26 euros. So they panic that it's too much to spend that money today car. So they decided to go for 24 euros, 24,000 euro car. So when we got to the dealer, they are still unable to pay because they're so terrified. There's a lot of money. So when we go home, I asked, if you have few days to live, will you buy this car? And they say yes. If you buy this car and you don't have an income for 6 months, will you be able to feed yourself from your other saving? And they say yes. And I also said, you also have savings, you have investment, and your life, you manage your life well. So treat yourself with this car. This is where you can bring them to the reality, and you can also allow them to create a rich life, to also be comfortable to spend. Because sometimes when we worry so much about money, it can also begin to form some behavior for us that you terrify to spend because you worry too much about the future, which is okay. But if you are actually looking at it in a plain and logical way and say, I've already allocate money that I'm going to put to saving, money I'm going to put to investment, money I'm going to spend to enjoy myself as well. Because you have, remember, money is a tool. It's not something that you should put a diminution of status to. It's a tool to facilitate or improve your own life where the money is required. That takes me to another thing that you will notice is the overspending trap. Others cannot seem to stop spending. There are some people that they have to spend to feel good about themselves. And this is, to me, is something that I see as a shortcut, and it doesn't really help you. It's going to put you into two more problems. So you have to ask people that do lottery every week and say that what motivate them. Even though most of these people do not have £500 in emergency savings account, but they blow around £60, £80 every month to buy lottery ticket. So they pay everyone but themselves. They pay their bill, they pay their landlords, they pay the government, but they have no savings. They have no emergencies. They don't even have £500 in the savings account. So if they have the emergency around that, they are going to borrow money from the higher interest rate on the pump shop or using a credit card. So they pay everybody. They pay creditors, they pay taxes, and sometimes even go into debt just to maintain appearances. They use the stock card. They want to buy some kind of shoe or clothes so they can appear a certain way. So one of the book that really helped me to take this thing in when I began to look into my own finances is The Richest Man in Babylon. It teaches a powerful lesson. One of those lessons that I took from it is pay yourself first and let your money even in an interest on your behalf. And most of us, we really don't brought up this way. We don't understand it. We don't understand financial awareness. We don't understand how to deeply care and love ourselves. Sometimes when I watch a lot of pet owners, they were so meticulous and particular about their pet. They make sure they say their vet in time. They took insurance for them. They groom them. But these people don't mostly do the same for themselves. And I do not want to digress. So moving on to the next one on my list. No matter what we do, we needed to work more of becoming conscious about money. It is your money. It is your life. It is you that earn it. And it's important to become conscious about it. We cannot allow or avoid to become unconscious about it. The hardest part of financial literacy is becoming conscious of your money mindset. And it starts by asking questions. Why are you saving or spending? What does your idea of financial life look like in 5 to 10 years? I have a 1 year goal when it comes to finances. I have 5 year goals. I even have a weekly goal. I review my budget once a week. Even when I make it once a month, I still go through it once a week. So I look into what can take out, what can increase before the next month. Understanding the difference between investment and Ponzi scheme. And it is important to stay informed and conscious because nowadays people say I'm investing, but they're actually putting their money toward the Ponzi schemes because they hear 100% return. It doesn't make sense. Real wealth take time, but these people, they will buy stock. They will try to beat stock. They will choose because of what they hear on the news. They will buy high and they will sell low because they panic and they keep losing money. They don't have any savings at all. They have zero savings in it, but they find money to buy lottery ticket every week, £10. So the next one that I put down, budgeting changed everything. For me, at this stage, begin to use budget as a tool really make a massive difference to my finances. How does that happen? So one of the biggest breakthrough for me was budgeting. It allowed me to track every penny in and out. This simple habit gave me control, stability, and progress. I began paying myself first, even before paying bills. Surprisingly, I still managed to pay them all and eventually build an emergency fund to cover months of expenses. So the next one is what I call flexibility is key. Your budget should reflect your short and long term goals. When my emergency fund run low, I adjusted. What did I do? I reduced investment temporarily to replenish savings. And once you have things like that, it gives you some different feelings. You even seem to enjoy your job more because you are no longer worried about being laid off suddenly. Of course, it's not nice, it's not looking nice at all, but you have a little bit of peace of mind when it comes to money to extend. And budgeting isn't rigid, it evolves with your life. You have to think about where you are right now. You cannot use other person budget as same as you. It has to reflect your income, it has to reflect your life, it has to reflect your expenses. So savings versus investment. So savings offers security and peace of mind. What about investment? You have at one point you have to begin to start thinking of growing your wealth. How do you do that? Making your money work for you by making that money generate interest upon it. Whether you invest into stock or you invest into yourself by going to training or seminar, so you're able to demand for higher payroll or change a job. Or you may start a business or freelance work or side hustle, as what they call it these days. So what about budgeting method? There's so many of that out there, but personally, as a beginner, and if your budget, if your expenses is simple, not complicated, I think 50-30-20 rule seem popular. Not only is because it's popular, it's actually very simple to follow. So imagine 50% of what you bring in only focus on your needs. So these are non-negotiable: your rent or your mortgage, bills, food. And then you have to define your want, maybe going out, entertainment, dining out, because you cannot just focus on need alone. You also have to have a thing that you enjoy yourself as well. If you don't, so days is cover entertainment and dining and many other things. And the remaining 20% is focused on your savings and debt repayment. You begin, if you have a debt, you focus on paying that debt because the debt will slow you down to build wealth. You cannot build your savings as fast as you love if you have a lot of debt on you. But those 20% supposed to focus on reduce or pay off your debt. So, as I'm coming toward the end of this podcast because of the time, so learn more, build better, read financial books, listen to podcasts, watch videos on YouTube that align with your money mindset. The more you understand, the easier it becomes to build a system that works for you, not against you. And I think what I've learned so far, it is important you build a systems that work for you. There's no shortcut to it. Hard work is not going to be enough. You will need it, but you also need to learn to work smart. And work smart is having right information. People that have right information, they seem to live in a way that you think they are lucky. It's not just luck alone. It's having the right information and apply it in the right way. So these are the resources I recommend if you are the type that you really have a desire to improve your money mindset or grow your income. I recommend Ramit Seth's book by I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi. And I also recommend Paula Pant, the podcast Avoid Anything. So, final thoughts. Managing money isn't just about math, it's about mindset. Becoming aware of your habits, setting intentional goals, and building flexible systems is how you turn money from a stressor into a tool for freedom. So I hope this message helps someone. Like I said, if in the beginning, if you like to reach out to me, you can get me via our website and drop me a message. I will get back to you. And if you like to join this community, you can sign up for our weekly newsletter, and then you will be able to receive it every time we publish the article out. And please share this community to your friends and family. Until we meet again, stay safe and have a wonderful week. Ciao.